Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Snake Beater and I'm back with a brand new video. Today, guys, I'm going to show you how to improve the R-301. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and please subscribe your notifications on. That way you never miss an upload. Without further ado, let's jump straight into this. So what I want you to do is get yourself into firing range. I want you to get yourself a 301. I want yourself to get yourself a gold extended mag. And that is all you're going to need. And then you're going to customize your range of the exact same stats I've got. So you've got dynamic stats off. You're going to have infinite reload on. You're going to have hit markers off. You're going to have your target speeds at run. You're going to have your targets to stay still on. You can turn this off at a later stage if you feel like you're getting really good at it. You want strafe left and right on. You want strafe speed random, so we get real unpredictable sort of things. We got mythic shields, and then we've got the dummies that they can stand, they can crouch, and they are going to be able to do random intervals. So it is completely it's so unpredictable. So that is all you need to start with, and then we're going to start jumping into the drills. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put our 301 on single fire, and we're going to practice our tracking. We're going to be focusing on shooting the targets at the front, the middle, the back, and also the moving targets. So we are very much getting ourselves used to getting a feel for how the 301 feels with out of sight, so we can get used to the sensitivity, and we can just get used to actually tracking and making sure that we are landing on those targets. Because what you don't want to be doing is, obviously, when you're playing the actual game, not being able to even lock onto the legend you're trying to shoot. It is really critical to be good at tracking, because you're not going to be very good with your 301 if you are not tracking well at all. But we will start with, as you were able to see, the no sight, because obviously this is going to be the sensitivity it would be if we were to pick it up straight away. Then we are going to be practicing it with a choice of your sight. So I went for a HCOG bruiser, so I ended up using that just to get myself a feel for what it felt like with a slightly more zoomed in. As you'll be able to see from the footage, it was a lot easier. It makes you feel a lot more confident, but it's good to be used to just the iron sight, because there's nothing worse than just getting attached to wanting a bruiser or whatever like sight you want. You need to get used to the iron sight, because worst case situation, this is going to be the sort of sight you're going to have to use. So get used to the iron sight first, and then move up, well, your sight of choice. As I say, mine's the bruiser, and then see how you get on with that stage. Next up, we are going to be practicing our recoil control. So now we've got the tracking down to a T. We're starting to feel more confident with just the iron sight and the bruiser. We are going to go back to the iron sight, and we're going to be practicing our recoil. So we're going to start off with the front target, and we're going to aim to get 400 points on the board. If we get 400 points, we are then confident enough. You can do it like up to 3 times. If you feel like you hit 400 3 times, perfect. Then move up to the next target. Once again, we're going to try and aim for 400. High 300s are also acceptable on this one, because it is starting to get a little bit harder. And then eventually we're going to move back to the final target at the back, still using just the iron sight. And then this is going to be the one where we're going to try and aim to just get over 300. High 200s is decent still as well, but if you can get over the 300 mark with just an iron sight, that is going to be doing incredible things for your recoil. And then you might have guessed it, what we're going to do is we're going to slap back on that bruiser, and we are now going to obviously be once again practicing the exact same thing. Once again, starting at the front target, aiming to get over 400 with the bruiser. This should be a lot easier. When it's slightly more zoomed in, it is genuinely so much easier, so you should be able to smash this out. Then once again, 400s for the middle target. Once again, with the bruiser, should be able to find this a lot easier. And then obviously lastly at the back, last target, over 300 again. If not, high 200s would be great, but over 300 really with a bruiser. If not your choice sight, at the end of the day, it should be easier than just with the iron. And then we are going on to the final step. We're going to go back to that iron sight, and we're going to focus on starting up one side against the dummies. Now this is where obviously the patterns of the dummies, which we set up earlier, are going to come into effect. Obviously, if you do want to make these harder, take off the standing still option. I just kind of keep that in there just because it is kind of more predictable. But also it is like what some players would do. Obviously, the higher tier players will not stand still that often. But depends what type of level you're at. And it also just helps with just building the confidence. You don't want to make it too hard to start with. But anyway, with this setting, we're obviously going to start at one side on the left. We're then going to go for the middle target, and then we're going to go for the far end target. This is giving us the variation of 1, movement, 2, distance, and it's just going to once again put everything together from our tracking to our recoil. Start banging this in, getting the hang of that, and then we can move into the bruiser. Once we move into the bruiser, we're going to do once again the exact same thing. Start at the left hand side, work at the front target, middle, end target, bish, bash, bosh. Keep practicing that. The more you do it, the more honestly you'll get more confident at it. As I say, don't feel like you've got to rush these exercises. Take your time, because the more you do it, the better you're going to get it. Give it a try. Run through all these drills, because I really do think they will help you get better with your 301. But that's going to be everything from me today, guys. I really hope this does help. If it does, like, comment, subscribe. And apart from that, I'm going to see you all in the next video.